What's up YouTube, this is Joe from Zephyr Digimon, and I'm bringing to you guys an update to my Gallantmon deck. So I took this to our local winner box tournament at Dark Sphere Shepherd's Bush, and I got 10th place with it. I believe there was like 22 odd people there, I believe. It was a good turnout. Yeah, so I got about like 50% with 2 wins, 2 loss and 1 draw. Fortunately, quite a few of my losses was to a good couple of misplays, you know, just me not counting up my trash properly before I start comboing off. But yeah, so that's just unfortunately a mishap on my end, so bear in mind when you starting to do combos, triple check your trash and your hand. So that's something I need to learn. But yeah, so the deck performed well. I can't really complain about the deck. The only time it really bricked was in round 1 against Purple Hybrid, but that's like kind of like a iffy matchup anyway, so I'm not too shaken on that. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the deck performed. I will be making, and I have actually been making some changes, as you can see if I do a side profile of the deck. Yeah, there's quite a few cards, you know, that I haven't, that aren't sleeved, because I wanted to show you guys the deck profile that I had and played at the event, more, not so much the changes I'm currently making and testing out. So this is the original list, so do bear with me when the cards aren't in the same sleeves and that kind of thing. So with all that said, if you enjoy, give us a like and subscribe down below, ding that notification bell, because obviously if you enjoy the content here on this channel, you want to see more of it, and doing all that greatly helps us out and greatly helps you see the content here on the channel. So with all that said and done, let's get into the profile. Starting off with the eggs, obviously. Most of this is kind of self-explanatory. I've either said it before, you probably already know what these cards are, so I'm kind of like just going to breeze through and just kind of like do brief reasonings why we like these cards. So the Digimon from BT12, I tell remembering the sets that these gigs in and these cards are in. This is the Digimon that has 1000 TP based deletion effects. I know a lot of people like the draw one from EX2. That card's really good, but I just really like the extra 1000 boost. It really does help your Gallants and your Digimon to delete certain Digimon. There's quite a few instances that I was able to remove my opponent's level 6s because I actually had this on my Gallant X, and they were able to just like nuke it without any DP buff or minuses, which was very, very handy. Then we have 4 copies of Gallantmon X antibodies, such as you on playing with Digivolving your Groundmon line and your X antibodies. 4 copies of the EX8 Gallantmon, you know, your other main searcher. 1 copy of the BT17 Gallantmon. As you can see, this is something I'm going to be taking out of the deck. The last of the rookies is just 3 copies of the EX4 Gallantmon. So my lineup is just going to be just the 4 form 3 moving forward. I'm just going to go down a peg. A lot of the Gallant lists you're seeing around only play like 10, maybe 11 rookies in the deck, just because they're maxing out or having high ratios of searches, like mem boosts and trainings and that kind of thing. So I tried out the BT17 Gallantmon for the extra DP buff on your deletions. It does come up, it does actually quite help you. So I could even see myself going down to only 2 Gallantmon from EX4s and then bumping and then having 1 of this. So I'm still on the 11s if I do like the 11 ratio. But yeah, I will be taking them. I have taken them out currently, but at the event I did play at least 1 of him in the deck. Moving on to champions, they're still my ST7 Groundmons. I still really like the extra memory gains. I did play the 1 copy of the BT17 Groundmon for that deletion and plus 2000 on your DP dose deletions, and then 4 copies of the Groundmon X, you know, sticking with my 5-4 ratio of non-X to X, and then the 1 copy of the black Groundmon for the recursion. Moving forward, I've actually taken these out and I've put in the Gallantmon, which lets you play Takato on Digivolving if you don't have one. Because moving forward, I'm going to be trying a Takato build, as I like to put it, and not my Cool Boy build, which I've been on for quite since EX4's release. Oh no, EX8's release, sorry. So yeah, so that's something I am going to be trying out. I'm even like looking at my mates list that he was piloting at our event, and you know, just getting like bouncing off some ideas with other lists and my own personal experiences. But yeah, this is what I played at the event. It worked. I like them. But yeah, I'm gonna just be trying out some new things. A lot of the changes I've made is not because the cards didn't work. It's just because I want to try something new, and the cards I had before aren't going to be supporting the new cards I want to be trying out and putting in. Moving on to Ultimates, obviously 4 of the BT12 War Gallantmon. I did add in 1 copy of the EX3 War Gallantmon instead of, I believe, the BT17 War Gallantmon, because I wanted to try spawning out like Rush Gilmons a bit more, or the Takatos that I had in at the time, like the 2 EX2 two Takatos. He didn't really come up with those at all, really. So in all respect, he could have just been the other War Gallantmon. So like, he didn't really come up. There was times I had to put him in the back, so he didn't actually do anything for me other than just being a War Gallantmon name that costs 3. So yeah, this is like kind of interchangeable, in all honesty. And then obviously the 3 copies of the War Gallantmon X antibody. Moving on to the level 6s and the 7s, this is kind of like where a lot of the changes started coming into play. Like the changes that like the most experienced. We're still on 2 copies of the BT17 Gallantmon. You know, it's still arguably, in my opinion, the best Gallantmon that we have right now. Just because it costs 3, gets massive DP, has really high scale deletion removal of 8,000. You know, like it just really clears boards and really puts you in good spots. But I did try 1 copy of the BT12 Gallantmon. Just for the raid. There was moments where like the 4 cost Evo is kind of like expensive at times. But if you do have the Takato in play, or you like a lot of your on delete memory gains, you know, like your Starter X and your Gilmon X's and Gallantmon X's, you know, that 4 cost is like kind of mitigated. But the trashing of the security is really nice, and the raiding again like did come in handy. So like I'm quite liking the 2-1 ratio. You know, 2 of your better one and 1 of the, you know, tapped out one. And we're still playing 3 copies of the Gallant X. I did try 4 copies of Gallant X. There was a moment where I was testing out the Oceania top list, and he was playing like 4 Gallant X's, and quite a lot of people apparently were saying like, oh, you got to play 4 Gallant X. I found like when I was playtesting 4 Gallant X, I was just seeing way too much of him in my hand. It was just something that I just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel comfortable to me. So I did drop him back down to 3. To me personally, I see him more than enough at 3 copies. There was never a moment where like I didn't see him. Is it because I was playing Cool Boys, so there was like another searcher for him? I don't know, because in the decks that don't play Cool Boy, they play a lot of options at search cards. So you know, like the searching power is still kind of there. But yeah, I quite like the 3/3, you know, 3 Gallant to 3 Gallant X. I was testing out, instead of 2 Crimson Mode Aces, 1 copy of the Medieval Gallantmon. And he came up quite a lot, actually. I really liked seeing him. So, he's not in the deck at the moment, as you can see, as he is not sleeved. But maybe I'll put him back in the deck. Just because I did really like his removal. I think I only played him once, and even then I paid 10, the whole 11 to play it. I can't remember exactly. No, I think I did reduce it. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But there's a few times I played him, but actually it was quite more times I just standard evolved him. And you know, being another 3 cost Evo is very, very nice. Unfortunately, Gallant X can't evolve on him. But, you know, he's still a very strong boss monster, you know, stuns locks your opponent in a way, because they can't just, like, freely unplay things. But, yeah, I did really like having the 1 Medieval. And, again, the 1 Crimson Mode Ace, because the Medieval was taking the other 1 slot. Moving on to tamers, as you know, I played Cool Boy, so I had the 3 Cool Boys at the time, but I still had and bumped up to Kato to 2, just because you then see the blitz a little bit more. The extra memory is still very nice. It is searchable through Gallantmon, so you know you have an extra double hit. You know, just deck thins your deck a lot by having the extra copy in your deck, because Gallantmon does double hits your deck. And then moving on to the options, you know, we had the 4 members, because I'm just really liking members right now. The 1 scramble, because I'm liking my 4-1 ratio. And then we play 2 X antibodies, 1 of the old and 1 of the protoform. Just because if you don't have your Gallant in the stack, these are ways to just trigger your Gallant X's effects, as well as your Raw Groundmon X effect as well, and even your Groundmon X, which does come quite up a bit. But yes, that's the deck that I was playing at our EX8 winner box event just this past weekend. Again, really happy with how the deck performed, really happy with the cards and choices that I made. The only reasons I'm mostly changing up is because we haven't really got any big events coming up, so I want to try out new ways of playing the deck, or other older ways of playing the deck with different ratios. Again, more Takato focused, and then going along with like less rookie ratios, more searches on the mem boost and trainings and that kind of thing, you know, spicing up a little bit more, different Groundmons to fit with the tamers that I'll be playing, so on and so forth. And as that deck performs and I get a more comfortable focused build on that, you'll be seeing that here on the channel as well. And speaking of profiles here on the channel, at some point I'm going to be making a channel focused account on my mate's website, my digimoncg.com, which again is always linked in all of my videos here on the channel, so you can go and sign up for free, make your own account on there where you can deck build and keep your deck's stats and statistics as you go and playtest with your decks. You can record matches and everything like that, wins, losses, etc. What was the best card, your deck's performances, the performance level of the match, and that kind of thing, so on and so forth. Everything is there on the channel that you can use for free. But yes, I'm going to be making at some point my own channel's account on there. It's going to be Zephyr Digimon. All decks that I will be posting here on the channel will be on that account, and they will be linked in the video's description as well, and you'll be able to see that deck on there. If I've played it, there'll probably be some statistics on there if I remember to do them. My brain is just bad at doing that, but there will, at least the profile will be on there, so you can see they'll be dated and everything, so you can keep track on that as you've seen the videos, and after you've seen the videos and everything like that, so on and so forth. And just a bit more, you know, easy way of keeping up with what's been here on the channel and that kind of so forth. So that's going to be something that I'll be starting at some point. So again, so with all that said and done, all that rambling said and done, if you enjoyed it, give us a like and subscribe down below and ding that notification bell as well. Everything, all that helps us out a lot, and we appreciate it, all the support you've been giving us here on the channel. So as always, I'll see you guys next time, and of course, stay safe and happy dueling.